Ishuboin and Gun in the house, back with another bang on video. Well, Lorenzo Sanz, ladies and gentlemen, he was Real Madrid president from 1995 to 2000. He got them two European Cup, one Liga, one Intercontinental Cup, and one Spanish Super Cup. The father of La Septima, ladies and gentlemen, is no more. He died of coronavirus. Rest in peace, Lorenzo Sanz. Unbelievable, isn't it? Well, moving on. Well, the biggest exclusive news that's actually coming us players from the Premier League and further down the pyramid do not want games to be resumed without supporters in the ground for a variety of reasons. Well, players have actually voiced major concerns to the Professional Footballers Association after both the Premier League and EFL raised it as a strong possibility last week. The decision on where to stage matches when the season eventually restarts is likely to be driven by the data on the spread of COVID-19. At the weekend, it was recorded that London had 39% of UK's 5,018 confirmed cases. It's simple. They don't want to play. I mean, players are adamant that they do not want to play behind closed doors because first they fear for their own safety amid strict government warnings over social distancing. It could put their own families in jeopardy if they then become infected. Also, extra strain would be placed on emergency services with ambulances, paramedics, and security would be needed at a time when they are already being stretched to the limit. They do not want to play in empty stadiums with loyal fans being locked out. That's what the footballers want, but that's not what the business wants. The business wants football. That's it, right? That's what they want. But moving on, well, according to Football London, the Arsenal need to raise funds to buy the likes of Dyer Upamecano, Orkun Kokchu, and Thomas Partey. That could happen once Scotland Mustafi Socrates, Sead Kolasinac, Henrik Mkhitaryan, and Mohamed Elneny leave. Also, there is also a potential news that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang can leave Arsenal as well. Let's see if that's going to be happening or not. But moving on, Arsenal have imposed a travel ban on their whole squad after postponing plans to resume training today. Well, the South American stars David Luiz could be allowed to return to their virus-stricken countries. There were suggestions of this, but the club have made it clear no one will be granted permission to visit their homeland despite the current Premier League shutdown. Arsenal's Spanish, French, and German stars could not get back home because of travel restrictions across Europe. Now, South Americans David Luiz, Lucas Torreira, Gabriel Martinelli, and Emiliano Martinez will also be blocked from flying abroad. Well, Premier League stars are to be kept apart until May 1st at the earliest. A top flight is now in lockdown with clubs sorting fitness programs that could see them make a full-on return to training 6 weeks from now. It looks like the elite clubs did not expect to play again until at least June 1st because of the coronavirus crisis, despite action being suspended until April 30th. The newly planned timetable would then see players given a pre-season of a month before an intense program of matches. Well, Hector Bellerin has been named in the Forbes 30 under 30 in the sports and the games sector. This was a statement. The 24-year-old has been a regular in the Premier League since his breakthrough season in 2014. Whilst off the pitch, he has continued to win plaudits for his views on social and environmental causes. Having grown up in Barcelona, the Spanish international won the hearts of many Londoners after donating £50 to Grenfell Tower families for every minute he played at the European Under-21 Championship in 2017. In 2018, he became the first active Premier League footballer to speak at Oxford Union, whilst more recently he has been vocal on the waste caused by single-use plastic. Well, Thierry Henry hit the target again with his prediction 2 years ago about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang that he could be a fit. This is what he said. He said, at the end of the day, you need to score goals if they come from outside of the box or not. It is what it is. I back him to be a successful Arsenal Football Club, and that's the most important thing. Well, Arsenal have been dealt a blow by reports that Manchester United have been given the green light to sign Barcelona star Samuel Umtiti. Well, they're trying to get another expensive defender to partner Harry Maguire in the heart of defense. Well, they believe that Barcelona would want £46 million, and that is their valuation for Samuel Umtiti. If they get that, you can have him. But he has a history of knee injuries, isn't he? Let's see if that is going to be good enough or not. But moving on, Felipe Coutinho is not good enough for Manchester United and would not be a fit at Arsenal, according to Rio Ferdinand. He says at Liverpool he was an amazing player, but since he left, he hasn't really done it. He struggled at Barcelona, struggled to fit in there, and then he hasn't done amazingly well at Bayern. I think he's a great player, a huge talent. I think he needs saving. Coming into the Premier League to the right team would be a savior for him. He needs that. I think he would be a great addition to Spurs squad. Arsenal would definitely improve them. He would improve Arsenal actually, but where does he play in their system? They've got Ozil. I like Ozil if he's played well. Well, Arsenal duo William Saliba and Gabriel Martinelli have both missed out on the top 10 most valuable youngsters in the world. Well, according to them, Jadon Sancho is an unbelievable talent, after which Erling Haaland comes on the list. Rodrigo Vinicius Jr., the Real Madrid stars, enter that race. Well, these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever came your way. All the views and news and everything about Arsenal comes on this platform every single day, twice. So make no mistake, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon, because when you do that, you get 2 videos about Arsenal every single day. I will see you in my next video. And yes, you can actually find my socials on my description. You can definitely follow me on my socials, like Instagram and definitely the Twitter. I will see you in my next video. Until then, cheers.